In 2014, Kingvon found himself facing murder charges, and his friend, Big Mike, made a crucial last-minute decision not to testify. As we approach the release of Big Mike, today we delve into the surprising new details of this case. Many have heard about Kingvon's murder case involving the death of Malcolm Stuckey in 2014, but the full story was obscured in mystery for a long time. Initially, people believed that Von had brought Mike to a party to confront some rivals, and Stuckey was caught in the crossfire. However, it turns out that the real story, as revealed in court documents and witness statements, is quite different. On May 29, 2014, a man named Maurice Carpenter attended his friend CJ's birthday party. He arrived around 10 o'clock in the morning, finding his best friend Timothy Robinson and some others already there. They spent a few hours outside, enjoying drinks and smoking. However, things took a dark turn when Kingvon arrived at the party with a girl named Jasmine Mitchell. Although Von and CJ were friends, they had a long-standing feud with Carpenter and Robinson. From the start, Carpenter noticed Von's suspicious behavior. Von kept looking at him and concealed something in his waistband under his shirt. After a while, Von left the party, and that's when Malcolm Stuckey showed up. Stuckey and Carpenter were meeting because Carpenter was supposed to sell his car to Stuckey. They were talking in the front yard for about 20 minutes when Robinson spotted Kingvon and Big Mike approaching Carpenter's location. Robinson shouted that they were the individuals they had problems with, and gunfire erupted. Carpenter felt a bullet hit his leg, and Kingvon shot him in the face. According to a witness, Von then pursued Robinson and Stuckey, shooting another person in the head. For a long time, people believed Malcolm Stuckey was an innocent bystander caught in the crossfire, but it now seems that Kingvon intentionally killed him. The reason for the dispute remains unclear, but witnesses say Von pointed at Stuckey and pulled the trigger. Big Mike, in his testimony, stated that Von left CJ's location and went to seek backup with Mike joining him. They returned to the party, parked on a side street, and crossed a field to approach the house. When they came back around to the side of the house, Robinson spotted them and fled. Von chased after Robinson and began firing shots. Mike saw Stuckey fall to the ground while Von continued to pursue Carpenter. Robinson was still running, so Mike followed him and emptied his entire magazine, believing he had hit Robinson. Mike then returned to the car and waited for Von. He heard more gunshots, and when Von came around the back of the house, he stopped by a man lying on the ground and shot him 2 more times. CJ's mother, Dender Jones, testified that Von and CJ had been friends since childhood. She expressed her happiness at seeing Von but urged him to avoid trouble, as she was in the middle of preparing food for the party. When she heard gunshots and took cover, she later saw Stuckey dead in the front yard and Carpenter crawling across the street. Von and Big Mike left the scene, and Mike disposed of his gun in a nearby lake later that day. However, the police arrested him a couple of months later, before his trial began. Despite his legal team's efforts to suppress his interview, Mike ultimately provided a statement. The jury witnessed the events that occurred at the police station, with the detectives pressuring Mike to cooperate. Mike was supposed to testify at the trial but changed his mind and refused to cooperate with the prosecutors. Von was eventually acquitted of Stuckey's murder, while Mike was convicted of aggravated battery with a firearm and sentenced to 28 years. Interestingly, if Mike had never cooperated, he might have avoided conviction and potentially walked free around the same time as Von, as he was initially charged only with aggravated battery with a firearm for firing at Robinson. Mike is finally getting released after being incarcerated since 2014. However, the outcome of his future remains uncertain. Von referenced Mike in his music, hinting at potential retribution, and alluded to someone informing on him before receiving a longer sentence. The situation raises questions about the ongoing developments in this story. One of the most astonishing aspects of Big Mike's story is his connection with his brother, Woy, who became one of Kingvon's most prominent rivals. Woy initially stayed out of the ongoing beef between O Block and St. Lawrence EBT but later got involved in a significant altercation that led to escalating tensions and tragic consequences. The unexpected turn of events occurred when Woy was shot outside the church where a rival's funeral was taking place, marking a dangerous escalation in the ongoing gang war. While Woy is blood brothers with Big Mike, it's crucial for Mike to consider leaving the streets behind to avoid entanglement in another criminal case, especially given his long incarceration.